Hey everyone, Josh Locks, still 37 degrees outside, so we're still going to do this in the basement. We're going to talk about obstruction. Obstruction is something done by the defense. Interference is done by the offense. Obstruction is done by the defense. I'll read you the rule. Obstruction is an act intentional or unintentional, as well as physical or verbal, by a fielder, any member of the defensive team, or its team personnel that hinders a runner or changes the pattern of play. That includes a fake tag. So if a defensive player doesn't have the ball and they tag a runner, that's obstruction. They can't do that. That's a safety precaution. Obstruction, you might have this, especially at the lower levels. One of the main differences between obstruction and interference, when do we call time? Hopefully you said right away. Obstruction is called a delayed dead ball. So I'm going to let play continue. When I see obstruction, I'm going to say, that's obstruction, and I'm going to do this. Notice I didn't say time. I just said, that's obstruction, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to let the play continue, because maybe it doesn't matter. So in our first scenario, I'm playing second base. The ball's hitting the outfield, and I don't know any better, and I'm watching it. Go ahead, runner, and the runner runs into me. Hold on right there. I'm not making a play on the ball. Now it's my fault. I'm in the way, right? The umpire sees that, says, that's obstruction. Not out, but that's obstruction. And then we let the play continue because, keep going, because maybe this runner is safe and just keeps going and it doesn't matter, right? So we're going to let the play continue. But maybe it happens here because I'm playing short center and I'm on the base and I'm looking in the outfield. Go ahead. Boom. That's obstruction, right? And now the throw comes in. Go slow, go slow. The throw comes in and they get the runner out. Well, at that point, the obstruction actually led to the runner being out. Does that make sense? If I had been paying attention and not standing on the base, then that runner would have been safe at third. So as an umpire, if that occurs, then we're going to say, time, that's obstruction, runner, safe. One more situation, that obstruction that just happened at second base, the runner goes to third, and the runner continues home. They get the runner out at home. We're only going to protect the runner one base. So if they get thrown out, they're obstructed at second, and they get tagged out at third, we're going to protect them and call them safe. However, if they decide that they're going to try to score, that's a problem, and we're not going to protect them. Now they're out. I still remember when I was playing, we had a player obstructed just before second base, round second base, and the runner knew he was obstructed, so he literally started walking to third base, assuming that he was going to be awarded third base. The defense continued to play. They threw to third, tagged him out. The umpire appropriately called the runner out, and the runner was mad at the umpire, but the rest of us were mad at him because he should have just kept running. So again, we're going to protect that runner one base on the obstruction, and it's a delayed dead ball. We don't call time right away. Hopefully that clarifies a little bit on obstruction. The only other thing that you might have to watch out for, especially at the T-ball level, is you're going to have coaches saying, hey blue, the runner's in the or the fielder's in the baseline before the play even starts. Now let's be honest, they're 65 feet away. It's really pretty much impossible for you to decide, are they in the baseline? Are they a step in front? Are they a step behind? So you're just going to say to the defensive coach, Coach, can you make sure the runners aren't in the baseline? Or, hey bud, take a step back. Right? There's really not a whole lot that we can do about it. If obstruction occurs because they are in the baseline, that's when we can do something. But before the pitch or before the pitch, when the coaches are telling you they're in the baseline, really you're just going to ask the defensive coach to make sure that the defense is lined up properly. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to email me. Thanks again.